All right, let's talk about three signs a man is serious about a woman. Now, I'm not a woman, so I actually first of all want to pick y'all's brains. What are the signs you've seen that tells you? I know you ladies know. Men do know too, depending on what depends, but men do know. But I know you ladies know when a person is attracted to you, but maybe it's questionable when they are serious about you. Maybe that's a whole different conversation, you know, that many people are not familiar with. All right. So, would you mind sharing like three signs that a guy, maybe you're not even interested in him, but he's serious? Do you mind sharing? I'll share three from the different conversations I've had over the years. I came up with three, right? But I wanted us to use this as a warm up for today's show. Give me three signs that a man is serious about a woman. Okay, even if it's not you, okay? Three signs. I'm waiting, I'm looking at the chat. Three signs that a man is serious about you, right? Do you mind sharing? Anybody? Three signs that he might be serious about you. Just signs. Signs is not end all be all, obviously. But it's a great place to start from to decide if this guy he wants to take it all the way, touchdown. Three signs. I'm waiting. Let me see. One sign. I see Chidima has already give me something there. Let me see what we're working with. Hold on. Let me put an illustrative picture on the screen for us. Hold on. Today's Thursday, by the way, just in case you're wondering. We are in Thursday, the 8th of February. Can you believe it? Already on Thursday. This week flew by so fast. Three signs a man is serious. Let me see what Chidima said. All right. One sign is eager to communicate with you, but not in a monitoring spito. Your point. What? Speak to your point of view. Okay. Two, he listens. I like those two actually. Okay. But a guy might be out of you right now. A guy might be serious. He might just be a terrible listener. Okay. D Love says follow-ups, plans, calls. That sounds like communicate. I like that. Yeah, if he's eager to speak to you, even if he doesn't know how to talk. Remember what we're talking about. He's serious about a woman, not necessarily that he has the necessary skill set to take it all the way down to touchdown, right? But we're talking about just the interest. The interest level is as high as serious. He respects you, okay? Yes. That sounds like more like skill set. Communicate. I can take communicate because some people will communicate, but they don't know how to talk, and they're still communicating, right? Probably communicating that you run far away, right? But respect is more so following the lines of skills now, right? Because some people don't know what that looks like at a personal level. Let me see. When is intentional and reaching to you instead of showing confusion? The intentional part, I will remove it. I will say reaching to you. Some people are not intentional. The interest level is just very high, so naturally they are reaching out to you. But that's not necessarily an intentional thing. Remember, I'm talking about just high levels of interest, right? People can be serious about you and they don't have the necessary skills to take it all the way home. Thank you. It's a typo. He communicates, but not as a monitoring spirit. I like that. Not as a monitoring spirit. It speaks to your point of view. Yes. It speaks to your point of view, right? He respects you. Number 3. All right. So here is the list that I have. Okay, I'm gonna count down. It's very close. It's very close. I promise you, it's very close. Because again, I'm not a woman. I'm just going by some of the conversations I've had over the years. And, let's just say my number 3 is this: consistent outreach. Very close to the communication outreach thing that Chinye and Chidima said. Okay, but just keep in mind, it's not necessarily coming from a place of intentionality. It's just a natural thing that people do when they have high level of attraction and interest in you, right? So now we're talking serious. Want to take it to marriage? It can be serious about marriage and still don't have the skills, which is why I'm telling all of them to make sure they engage coaching before they even try this, especially if they've spent considerable amount of time in the Indomie generation dating scene. That scene is traumatizing a lot of people. All right, so number 3, now I put versus distance. If somebody is, it seems like you're the one doing, if it's coming off as you're bothering them, you're a nuisance to them, there's a certain level of distance that you definitely that doesn't sound like that person is serious about you. Okay, and it's not necessarily intentional, but they're not serious. If they're serious, they definitely will be doing number two. They'll be spending a lot of time and energy in making it happen, right? Again, that's not necessarily coming from, it's just a natural thing. This is how I'm not sure if he's serious about me. Well, if it's not putting some level of time and energy into whatever you guys have going on, if you don't feel that way, if it quacks like a duck, it's probably exactly what that is. So time and energy, he'll be showing it in different ways, maybe not necessarily, but you could tell that this person is willing, they're serious, right? That's number 2. Chindima says, you're right, Ola, lack of skills can make women write off a good and intentional man. Yeah, that weight too, in that same direction too, right? So number 1, this one is very, very important. Okay, and this one kind of like, I would also admit that this one has a level of skills involved in it, and I already said it's not necessarily about that they have the skills, they're just naturally showing it. But a part of this, she said time and money is money is energy now. If somebody's spending their money on you, that's energy now. That's a lot of energy that goes into producing that money, right? Number 1, circle of influence inclusion. They can't wait to introduce you to other people, to show you off to other people. That's a man that's serious. Okay, now the reason why I said this is a little conflicting with skills is there's a mama's boy that he's serious, but he's also very serious about making sure that mama is happy. So he might be doing that at a very obsessive level, and he needs his mommy to be happy, his mommy to be happy before he can show you off. And he's really serious, but he's also confused. A confused man is just as good as a man that is, a man that doesn't have the skills, which means he can't last anyway. So he might be serious, but it's not serious enough for you. You shouldn't take that kind of person serious, because they need to there's a chapter in the book Red Flag called Priority Awareness. You need to sort out his priorities in life first as a man before you should even be trying to do wife. Where is the book? Oh, I found it. So in our newest book, number 1 Red Flag, there's a chapter and it's called Priority Awareness, right? So obviously that's more skilled thing, So let me see. So circle of influence inclusion. So he has urges. He wants to introduce you to his circle of influence, his friends, his family, his mommy, right? Not necessarily introducing you as a wife, but he can be coming off also very, very naturally. Like, hey, I'm hanging out Thanksgiving. Your family is in Seattle, right? Just come hang out with my family. Wait, what? Family? Like little subtle things, not introducing you as wife. But, that's a man who is probably serious. He hasn't popped the question yet. It's even far from that. But, that's somebody that's serious about you. So he doesn't mind, right? Let me see what Chindima said. Chindima said, well, this number 1 can be tricky. Some family and friends can join a Mongo Park to play games on a woman if they have an agenda, e.g. to japa. there's probably seven other signs that you will see. Like seven other signs. I'm only giving you three, right? And there's no one single sign that's the end or be all. So you're right. There's probably an exception out there playing games, but typically, a man who has shown about three or four different signs, he probably like people don't have that kind of attention span to be playing games at that level. He wants to jackpot, so he's showing you to family and friends. Okay, so if it's a situation where you are dating somebody in Nigeria, obviously that's a different context, and it's not a different context. That's a context that you should particularly pay attention to. Like, okay, this person care? They don't care? Do they have things going on in Nigeria already? Do they care about Japa? Have you heard subtle things like this one just want Japa? There's nothing wrong with them wanting to Japa, but it can't be the leading reason why you're getting with them. And you can't be feeling, if you're feeling that way, even if it's not true, that's also just as dangerous, because you will end up attracting what you're fearing the most. Not necessarily your fault, but that energy will basically overwhelm the whole relationship. So I would definitely say that there's some context. Depending on your context, there's some other things you have to pay attention to, and none of these signs is end or be all. Like, for example, number 3, consistent outreach versus distance. Is always reaching out. He might just want party too. Right? Yes. So that's also applicable to that. Time and energy. Obviously, Pali is nobody's mate. It will also involve a lot of time and energy, even money in that one. And number 1, yeah, he might just be looking to take some pictures to take to the embassy. Who knows? I don't know. But that's something to consider in specific context. But just in general, it's basically what we've presented here. But hopefully this will open up some additional part of the conversation that we can have too. But there are signs, okay? There are multiple signs that a man will show if he's serious about a woman. And honestly, your gut feelings will do a major weight lifting of that. Your gut feelings will tell you that this just feels so right. Your gut feelings, some people might say, no, ask people, blah, blah. No, your gut feelings is just very important, okay? That's also very important. Obviously, that has to align with everything else, right? Yep. So let's see here. Hey, D, what's going on? Good to see you, D. Welcome. All right, we wanted to warm up. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. Let's ping everybody else into the room. Let's ping more people into the room. Hit that like button. Share, subscribe. Turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. We have some additional stories to cover, and I'll be back in 20 seconds.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.